Hey, my name is Kara. I'm an ultrasound tech, and let's talk today about third trimester ultrasound pictures. So, I'm going to go over today what I would be showing the parents at the end of the ultrasound scan after we do a third trimester scan. We are obviously not going to go over all of the anatomy pictures that we actually take during the third trimester because that would be a little bit too technical, a little bit too medical, I think, for the most part. So that's what we're going to go ahead and go over today. And I did want to make a little note that I have started a new, I guess, little community, if that's what you want to call it. You can check out the link in my bio. But essentially, it is just a group for those of you who are expecting baby or already have kids and just want to find a community of moms. I thought this would be really helpful for everyone who needs a little bit more support, like we all do, in the form of an online group. I'll also be posting general pregnancy info in relation to ultrasound over there as well, but it'll be in a PDF form instead of in a TikTok form like this video that you are seeing. Anyways, let's get to the third trimester ultrasound. So, in Canada, where I work, a third trimester ultrasound is not the routine. So, what that means is you aren't going to get a third trimester ultrasound unless there is some sort of concern about baby's growth, or if we are trying to follow up something from the second trimester, or if there are any issues that arise in the third trimester. So, although it is not something that is just part of the routine normal pregnancy scans that we do here in Canada, many patients still do get third trimester ultrasounds, even if they go on to have just a healthy pregnancy and a healthy delivery. So, don't get too freaked out if your OB is wanting you to go in for a third trimester scan. It can be because you are not measuring as big as maybe you should be with your fundal height. Could be because you're measuring smaller, could be because we want to follow up something in the second trimester, or even if something has popped up in the third trimester, like you're not feeling baby move as much. Those are definitely all reasons in which you would get a third trimester scan. So it is becoming more commonplace, but as a general rule, we don't do more ultrasounds than what is medically necessary. So not everyone is going to be getting a third trimester ultrasound, and it's not something that we just do on a routine basis. Anyways, with this video here, I am just going to be pointing out some main structures that I show the parents at the end of the ultrasound scan. And if you watch my second trimester anatomy video, you will notice that the structures are basically the same except just bigger or not as easily seen because we are in the third trimester. This is, again, anatomy doesn't really change from the second to the third trimester. Things just get bigger. And in the third trimester, we are not really focused on anatomy like we are in the second trimester. We are mostly focused on growth or monitoring something that we saw in the second trimester, but anatomy really isn't on our big list of things to do in the third trimester, but we will check over things that will change, such as the heart, the brain. We will definitely look at spine too, the stomach, and we will be doing measurements as well. Also, as a little side note, where I work, we also include a biophysical profile in every single third trimester scan that we do. And you can think of the BPP as just an overall evaluation of the well being of baby. And we check on things such as the fetal fluid, making sure that baby's moving correctly, making sure that baby has enough fetal tone, as well as that baby is breathing a minimum of 30 seconds in a 30-minute time frame. Anyways, this is not always done though at every clinic, but it's just done routinely at the clinic that I am at. But this is usually part of a third trimester ultrasound as well, just the biophysical profile part. Again, I do have a video on BPPs if you are interested in more info. Anyways, let's get on to the third trimester pictures. So the first picture that I usually show the parents is going to be a profile picture of baby. The pictures in the third trimester are usually going to be much grainier or just not as clear as the ones in the second trimester because baby is bigger, it's hard to fit everything on the screen, as well as the fluid naturally goes down, which then doesn't frame the structures as nicely as in the second trimester. So over here, you are appreciating a picture of a profile here on baby. Over here, you can see baby's forehead. This is the tip of the nose. These are the lips, and then the chin is down there. And then you can see baby's start of the chest just way down there. And for the most part, we are not able to fit more than the head and a bit of the chest in the picture because, again, baby is much bigger. As opposed to in the second trimester, you can see the head as well as most of the chest. Something fun that we can see in the third trimester is baby's hair, if it has hair. So here you are actually seeing a cross section of baby's head. So basically we are cutting the head this way, and you're looking at the back of the head, which is over here. And all these little like floaty things that kind of look like this all in the back of baby's head over here, that is actually hair on baby. Next up is the face here on baby. So we can see that this is a frontal view of the face. Over here is the forehead. We can see one eyeball over here. The eyeball that is on the other side is always going to be really hard to see just because it's farther away from the camera. But over here is baby's cheek, and then down below is the lower half of the face. And speaking of the lower half of the face, this is personally one of my favorite pictures. So this is the picture here of baby's nose and lips. So you can see it's just this area here. So you can see the tip of baby's nose here. There are two nostrils on either side here. There's a top lip, a bottom lip, and then a little chin. So you can imagine baby kind of smooshed up against a pane of glass with this picture, and you're just looking at this little nose lips portion on baby's face. I usually then slide down to baby's belly. So this is a long axis on baby. So you are seeing baby's belly right over here. That black structure up here is the heart. Then you see the diaphragm as this line that kind of goes right straight down. And then that circular area in the bottom part of the screen, that is going to be baby's stomach. And baby's head will be over there, with the bum and the legs being over that way. Next up, we can usually see spine pretty well. So this is just going to be a long axis of baby's spine. Here you can see the spine here. They look like two nice, evenly spaced railroad tracks, and we can see it actually all the way down. So again, baby's head is going to be up over there. Then we can see the spine all the way down here by baby's bum, where it tapers. And lastly, one of my other favorite pictures that I get to see is baby's feet. So you can see that this is a flat of a foot here on baby. There are toes on this end here. You can tell that this is the big toe on this end, and then the little toe is going to be on the other end. And then this is just the flat of the foot here, with the heel being at the back side there. And that is basically it for the third trimester pictures. You can usually also see gender as well in the third trimester, and it can be a little bit more obvious than in the second trimester. So even if the parents don't want to know the gender, we do still take a look at the gender, because the growth charts for a male is going to be different than the one for the female. So anyways, gender is also something that we can usually appreciate on ultrasound as well. And hopefully this has been helpful for you guys if you are going into your third trimester and you're wondering what to expect when you are being shown baby at your next ultrasound. This is basically the gist of it, and hopefully your baby is cooperative for your scan.